Today we have with us Marta Emerson, Vice President, Scaale Ventures. Hello Marta. How would you describe the startup ecosystem of India today?
Sure. So the Indian ecosystem is growing very fast, and it is amazing. It's booming. No? It's still in a learning curve.
Right.
It's still at the beginning, but learning and moving very fast. Much faster than other ecosystems, that I've seen. For example, I was at the beginning. I was lucky enough to be at the beginning of the startup ecosystem and investment ecosystem 10 years ago in Spain. And I was there when we created one of the first angel networks, in the country. And we took many years to get to the point where India is now. In just 2-3 years' time, it's been booming. There is a lot of investors. There is a lot of money going on. Huge amount of talent, a lot of people from India who is going to Silicon Valley to work with companies, coming back, creating new companies. There is a lot of synergies going on. There is a lot of opportunities, and I think that it's going to be growing and growing even faster. So we have to watch out for India for sure.
What are the top 3 trends do you see in the startup ecosystem globally?
There is a lot of entrepreneurs that are now global nomads, or entrepreneurs that decide to move around the world, creating and looking at new opportunities. And this, one of the things is one of the bigger things is that the world now became very small. Now it's everything connected, and these nomad entrepreneurs are traveling around the world, creating companies, looking at new things happening all the time. So this is one of the big trends that is happening now. The other trend is definitely connecting, and I think it's all about globalizing, the world, but it's connecting bridges, between Silicon Valley and any other ecosystem. It is important that we create new ecosystems. Silicon Valley is a completely, unique thing, but we can create unique ecosystems in every market. And then probably, as a third trend, I would talk a little bit about. I'm seeing companies around the world, working on valuations that are maybe extremely too high. Again, trying to copy Silicon Valley because of the Silicon Valley ecosystem allows a particular kind of valuation, a particular market. There is a lot of investment going. But I see, small ecosystems with huge valuations, very difficult, to take that forward, by the entrepreneurs and obviously, by the investors.
What advice would you give entrepreneurs who are looking for funding?
Well, for an Indian entrepreneur, I will look exactly the same from any other country, which is in our case, and we have an investment network of cross-border angels. So in our case, what we look at is that the company it has a great team. Definitely a great leader and definitely the right people in place, to make this happen. This is absolutely key, and we have to have a very good connection as well with the team. The team has to be coachable, workable, so that we can work with them. And now we're going to get married, in a way, So we definitely have to have a very good feeling. We like when there is a local investor already trusting in the company. Because we are also bringing international investors in place. We like to create this trust as well of bringing a local investor already trusting in the company. We like companies obviously that have very scalable, so that they can scale, they can grow. They already have some revenues or traction. So that at this point of time, we're not looking at companies that are just ideas or PowerPoints. We're actually looking at companies that in a local level they have already proof that the company has traction and that there's a good and positive response from the market. And then we'll get them invested, mainly with the objective as well to help them to go to the next step, and usually to go international. This is why we bring international investors.
But do you miss cricket? Do you miss the field, the stadium, the sounds, the traveling with the team, all that?
Of course, I think something which you've done for such a long time, you tend to miss it. But also you need to understand that there's going to be a time where it's going to come to an end. And one of the things I think which every sports person, especially from a team sport, will always say is that we miss the traveling bit, we miss the banter, we miss the camaraderie, we miss all the fun which you have.
What are the key emerging trends do you see in the startup world?
I always use what I see is the 6 words I use, that everything revolves around that. This is social, mobile, analytics, cloud connectivity and artificial intelligence.